Alright, let's cut through the noise. You've seen the videos. Wear this. Drive that. Say this exact line. It's exhausting, isn't it? It's like everyone's handing you a different instruction manual for a machine they've never actually operated. And the worst part, it's all surface level garbage. It's like trying to win a Formula One race by polishing the hubcaps. Sure, it looks shiny, but when the light turns green, you're still going nowhere. What if I told you the things that truly, deeply, and irresistibly attract women have almost nothing to do with your watch, your car, or that one weird trick you saw in a pop-up ad? What if the most magnetic qualities you can possess are things you can start developing right now, for free, from the very chair you're sitting in? Today, we're not talking about peacocking. We're talking about power. Real power. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself. The kind that's felt the moment you walk into a room. Stick around, because I'm about to break down the 5 habits of men who are undeniably, lethally attractive to women. And trust me, number 4 is the one that separates the men from the boys. So let's talk about the first one. It's this subtle, quiet force I like to call occupied space. Imagine you walk into a coffee shop. You see 2 guys. The first guy is scanning the room, his eyes darting around, checking his phone every 5 seconds, adjusting his shirt. He's physically there, but his energy is scattered, needy. He's like a Wi-Fi signal that's constantly searching, weak and desperate for a connection. His presence is a question. Do you see me? Do you approve? Now, the second guy. He's reading a book. Or maybe he's just staring out the window, lost in thought. He's not looking for anyone's approval. He's not trying to be seen. He simply is. His energy is contained, focused, and calm. He occupies his space, both physically and mentally, with a sense of purpose, even if that purpose is just enjoying his damn coffee. He is a lighthouse. He isn't chasing any ships. His light is steady, and the ships navigate by his presence. This is the essence of occupied space. It's a state of being completely present and engaged in your own world. It's the opposite of neediness. A woman feels this instantly. When a man has his own focus, his own mission, his own internal world, it signals that he isn't looking for a woman to complete him or to be the source of his entertainment and validation. He's already whole. His life is a movie that's already playing. And he's inviting her to come watch, not asking her to be the entire scriptwriter, director, and lead actress. How do you cultivate this? Stop looking for distractions. Put your phone away when you're waiting. Engage with your own thoughts. Read a book. People watch with genuine curiosity, not with an agenda. When you're at the gym, focus on the lift, not on who's watching. When you're at work, immerse yourself in the task. Occupy your own life, and you will become a landmark that others can't help but navigate towards. This brings us directly to the second and arguably most misunderstood trait, leading the frame without a script. Most guys think leading means making all the decisions. We're going here at 8, wearing this and eating that. That's not leadership, that's dictatorship. It's rigid, insecure, and leaves no room for collaboration. It's like a dance partner who just shoves you across the floor. You might get to the other side, but it wasn't a dance. It was a kidnapping. True leadership, the kind that makes a woman feel safe, excited, and eager to follow, is about setting the direction, not dictating every single step. It's about having a plan, but holding it loosely. Think of yourself as the captain of a sailboat. The destination is, say, a beautiful, secluded island. You know the general direction. You know how to read the winds and the currents. You are confident at the helm. When she steps onto your boat, you don't hand her a minute-by-minute itinerary. You say, we're heading south towards the islands. The journey is going to be an adventure. Ready? You're setting the frame. The frame is adventure, south, us. Now, along the way, a pod of dolphins might appear. A real leader says, look at that. Let's get a closer look, and steers towards them. He's adapting, co-creating the experience with her and the environment. The guy with the script would say, sorry, dolphins are not on the schedule. We have to be at the island by 1,400 hours. See the difference? Women test this constantly. She might say, oh, I'm kind of hungry now, or I'm a little tired. The rigid man sees this as a challenge to his authority. The attractive man, the leader, sees it as new information. He adjusts the sails. No problem. There's a great little cove up ahead we can anchor in for a bit. How does that sound? He's still in charge. He's still steering the boat. But he's doing it with her, making her feel heard and valued. He's leading the vibe, the energy, the direction. He provides the canvas and the primary colors, and then invites her to paint with him. That is intoxicating. Now, how you handle things when the waters get choppy leads us to number 3, unbreakable calm. I'm not talking about being an emotionless robot. I'm talking about being the eye of the storm. Life is chaos. Things go wrong. The restaurant loses your reservation. You get a flat tire. Someone is rude to her in line. The average man reacts in one of two ways. He either flies off the handle with anger and frustration, or he crumbles into a puddle of apologies and panic. Both reactions scream, "I can't handle this." The truly attractive man becomes the calmest person in the room. He is the emotional bedrock. When chaos erupts, his heart rate seems to drop. It's not that he doesn't feel the stress. It's that he doesn't let it dictate his actions. Imagine a glass of water filled with dirt. If you shake it, it's a cloudy, useless mess. That's the reactive man. His emotions are all stirred up, and he can't see clearly. The man with unbreakable calm lets the glass sit. He waits a beat. The dirt settles, and the water becomes clear. He can now see the problem for what it is and find a solution. When the reservation is lost, he doesn't yell at the hostess. He smiles calmly, turns to his date, and says, "Well, that's their loss. I know an even better little Italian place a few blocks from here. It's more authentic anyway. Let's go on an adventure." He just turned a disaster into an opportunity for excitement. He absorbed the chaos and transformed it into a positive. This is a superpower. For a woman who is often more attuned to the emotional energy of a situation, being with a man who is a rock in the storm is the ultimate form of security. It tells her that no matter what life throws at them, he won't fold. He won't lash out. He will be the one to say, "I've got this." And that feeling, that deep primal sense of safety, is more attractive than a six-pack or a black Amex ever could be. Okay, pay attention, because this is the one I promised you. This is the hinge that everything else swings on. Number 4 is playful teasing from a place of admiration. This is where so many guys get it spectacularly wrong. They hear tease her, and they either resort to childish insults, which is just bullying, or they use negging, which is a pathetic, manipulative tactic designed to lower her self-esteem. Both are repulsive. True, attractive teasing isn't about putting her down. It's about lifting her up in a fun, challenging way. It's a secret language that says, "I see you. I get you. And I like you so much that I can be a little bit of a jerk to you, and we both know it's a game." Think of it like a sparring match between two expert fighters who deeply respect each other. The punches are pulled. The goal isn't to hurt, but to test, to dance, to engage. When she tells you she spent all day watching reality TV, the insulting guy says, "Wow, that's a waste of a day." The attractive man grins and says, "Oh, so you were conducting important sociological research on the migratory patterns of the cosmetically enhanced? Tell me, Professor, what were your findings?" You see the difference? You're not making fun of her. You're making fun of the situation with her. You've elevated her to professor. You're playfully challenging her, creating an inside joke, and assuming she's smart enough and confident enough to get it and play along. It's a high-level form of communication that assumes intelligence and confidence on both sides. This works because it breaks the boring script of endless compliments. It creates a fun, slightly unpredictable dynamic where she has to be on her toes. It shows you're not intimidated by her, and more importantly, that you see her as an equal, a worthy verbal sparring partner. It's a sign of respect, wrapped in a joke. Master this, and you'll stand out from the 99% of men who are either too scared to be anything but blandly nice, or too insecure to be anything but mean. Finally, we arrive at number 5. This is the glue that holds it all together. It's decisive empathy. Empathy on its own can be a weakness. If you just feel what she feels, you can get lost in her emotions, becoming a passenger in her storm. That's not helpful. Decisiveness on its own can be tyranny, as we discussed earlier, but when you combine them, you get something magical. Decisive empathy is the ability to understand and validate her feelings, and then take a decisive action based on that understanding to lead towards a solution. Let's say she comes home from work, completely stressed. She's venting about her boss, her project, the terrible traffic. The empathetic only man says, "Oh, that's awful. Poor baby. That sounds so hard." He's just wallowing in the mud with her. The decisive only man says, "You should quit your job, or you should tell your boss this." He's trying to solve a problem she hasn't asked him to solve. The man with decisive empathy listens. He truly listens. He waits until she's done, and then says, "Wow, that sounds like a genuinely draining day. I get why you're so frustrated." That's the empathy. He's validated her feelings. He's shown her he's on her team. Then comes the decisive part. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna run you a hot bath. While you're in there, I'm ordering your favorite Thai food. Your only job for the rest of the night is to relax. We can talk more about it later if you want, or we can forget it completely. Your call. Boom. He didn't try to fix her career. He identified the real problem. She was overwhelmed and needed to decompress. And he took decisive, caring action to solve that problem. He led the frame. He was her rock. He took charge in a way that served her needs. This demonstrates profound emotional intelligence and a capability that is rare and incredibly attractive. It shows her that her well-being is his priority, and that he has the strength and wisdom to act on it. So there you have it, occupied space, leading the frame without a script, unbreakable calm, playful teasing from a place of admiration, and decisive empathy. Notice that none of these require a fat wallet or movie star looks. They are skills. They are mindsets. They are habits that you can start building today. This is the real work. Stop polishing the hubcaps and start building a more powerful engine. Because the man who masters himself masters the world. And that, my friend, is the most attractive thing of all.